Blues Fan Forum podcast is presented by Interstate 70 Sports Media Group. I-70 strives to bring you the best sports coverage in the tri-state area. Find them on Facebook or at interstate70sports.media.
This is Jordan Bennington, and you're listening to the Blues Fan Forum podcast.
Skating on the ice, under St. Louis city lights, where the Blues play with all their might. Jordan Cairo, fast on the attack, but defense falters, gotta cut him some slack. In rubber tongues, we find our glory. His skills shine, the team's best story. St. Louis Blues, we wear the crest. In Jordan Bennington, we put our trust to the test. On the ice, we fight and we must, for the city we love. In the blue, no we'll thrust.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to episode 139 of the Blues Fan Forum podcast, your source for Blues news, views, and fan interviews. Powered by Scooters Coffee. Blues fans can score amazing drinks like the signature Caramelicious, served hot, iced, or blended, with world-class espresso, fruit smoothies, Scoot energy infusions, and so much more. That is amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters Coffee. Episode 139, we are back. We are Dakota-less. He is moving into a new apartment, so he apparently had to lift heavy things or something and was not able to make it today. It's also going to be a weird episode because normally our person behind the scenes, being our fact checker and all of our comments, is now the special guest. So Sam is here. Sam, how are you?
Doing good, and I actually like that title.
You're behind the scenes fact checker. Yeah.
Made me smile. I needed
It's always, we're always like, oh, I probably should have looked that up, and I didn't look that up. And then, Sam, you go and look it up for us. So we appreciate that and leave it in the comments. I'm worried that this episode is going to have significantly less comments than normal, though. Usually get the people going in the comment section. So hopefully somebody else chimes in, and we'll see kind of how the episode goes.
Hey, if anybody wants to take my job, I'm good for it.
I want to start off with a couple things. One, our advertiser, Scooters, the big one. We always, in the middle of the episode, go over our two favorite scooters are the one in Highland, Illinois, and the one in Collinsville, Illinois. And unfortunately, the one in Collinsville, Illinois, isn't doing so well because somebody crashed their car into it. I haven't seen the video yet, and I don't know if there was injuries or anything like that, but I just know that the guy who runs it, we were kind of making fun of him because he didn't set his fantasy football lineup, and he lit into us because he was rightfully just in a really bad mood, but he said a car just ran into his Collinsville store. So he's I think out a lot of money, has to deal with insurance, has to deal with police and all this stuff, trying to figure all that out to get his store back up and running. So now amongst any time is the time to go buy scooters. And specifically, if you can go not to the one in Collinsville anymore, but if you can support the guy by going to the one in Highland, that would be great if you're in the area. I also want to add, I'm kind of in the process of hoping to do a big marketing campaign for the Blues Fan Forum podcast this year. So if you're a person who either is just an avid listener to the podcast or somebody who has come on either once or multiple times, like Sam's been on multiple times, if you could shoot me a direct message, or if you have my phone number, send me a text of something that I can start putting out of testimonials from people who have come on or people who just enjoy the show and want to listen. And I kind of want to start pumping some of those out onto social media just to try to kind of drive people. The Facebook group goes well, the Facebook group, but I need to try to hopefully drive people to the Instagram, to the Twitter, and then even to the podcast itself. So if you guys can hit me up with that, that would be great. We're also always looking for ways to improve. So if you're sending that text, tell me some good things about me. That would be great because I, get my head to get a little bit bigger. But tell me some things that we can fix, or some fun ideas that you might have, and maybe we can throw them in there. it is the Blues Fan Forum podcast for one. So it's important that the fans kind of have a voice here, which is exactly why we have a new guest on each week, and exactly why it is Sam's turn this week. So, Sam, do you want to start? You're our avid listener. Do you have anything you want to say that you enjoy about the podcast for maybe some of the people that are listening right now?
It's a lot of fun. It's actually it's probably one of the best podcasts besides, obviously there's a ton of podcasts out there for hockey. There's the Shake, Rattle, and Goal. There's yours. So there's a lot of hockey podcasts out there, but this is probably one of the best ones that I've listened to and been on. So
I appreciate that. I know there's a lot of them out there that are like have professional sport, like former pros. Brett Hull and Chaser have started their own called Ice Guardians, which I've listened to a couple times. It's an amazing podcast. There's the Last Minute Blues podcast with Donnie Fandango. You mentioned I love it's Matt and who's that on goal? Matt.
E. Fournier.
Yeah. So they are awesome. I still need to get in touch with them and do Sam's here now for our kind of Springfield review, but they can give us another one later down the road. So if you're into hockey podcasts, there are plenty out there. I guess all we're asking is add us to your rotation. Wednesdays is when it comes off, or if you want to join us live, Mondays or Tuesdays is the time to do it. All right, Sam, let's get into hockey. Most recent games, the Blues played Tuesday, November 18th. It was at Toronto. It ended up being a 3-2 overtime loss. Walker ended up scoring a goal. Dvorsky scored his third goal on the power play. All of his goals have been on the power play. Binnington ended up stopping 26 of 29, and I think you said this was a game that you were not able to catch, right?
Nope.
Okay, so the main thing about this, and I'm going to kind of describe it to you and then see if I can get your feelings on it. In the overtime, the Blues had the puck for most of it. They had a lot of possession of the puck. They didn't really get a whole lot of shots. They were more like, we'll just keep the puck so Toronto doesn't have it. Eventually, there was a point where we took a shot. Toronto got the puck, skated it down. I think it was Jonathan Tavares who ended up skating it down. Gets pinned up against the boards. Against the boards, it's Jonathan Tavares there. And then we had two of our players right on top of him, pinning him against the boards. And then our other player was right next to it. So our three people in this overtime are all right there. Well, Tavares takes the puck with his skate and back heels it behind him. And it goes to William Nylander, probably the best person on the team right now because Austin Matthews is injured. And Nylander goes right around Binnington like he wasn't even there and scores the winner. So if you see that three defensive players around the puck and that puck is able to squeak out, how would you feel if the Thunderbirds did that?
I've seen it before, and it's different to actually see it in person and then watch it replayed. Because I've seen it so many times, and I probably have pictures of it somewhere on my phone from multiple games, but just see it. And then watch it
Oh.
played if you missed the game.
Sam, you're kind of in and out right now. I don't know. Your screen is frozen on my end. And I've heard your voice a couple times, but it's just kind of sporadic. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but
now you're back. Now I can hear
probably
you.
just it's probably where I am in my room too.
Okay. So I don't know if I heard almost any of that, and I don't know if it recorded or not. So go ahead and tell me about it. You said you've seen it in person and you've seen it on replays, and I think that's about as far as I got.
Yeah, it's two different things when you see it in person and play. It's kind of cool when you see it in person, but when you see it on replay, it's completely. There we go.
Gotcha. All right. So that was pretty
Yeah.
tough, but Toronto normally is a good team. They're kind of in the same situation the Blues are if they're not playing good hockey. And so I know Chief, the head coach there, has had, maybe on a hot seat, but has been kind of trying to get at the guys to get going. So Toronto hasn't been playing good, but good overtime win for them, where it's a bad overtime loss for us. Next Blues game is Thursday, November 20th. We were at the Flyers, and what was another 3-2 overtime loss. Hofer scored his fifth, or not Hofer, Falk scored his fifth and sixth goals of the season, where Hofer was able to stop 25 of 28. I think you said you caught a very small amount of this game, right? Right.
Yep.
So I think the big issue with this game is Blues go up 2-0 early, and then it's like all Philadelphia from there. Blues aren't able to score. They're not able to keep the lead. Philly scores, gets 2. It goes into overtime, and the Blues are 0-6 in overtime this year. So I know Springfield is not having a great go at it, but it looks like they've only lost 3 games in overtime or a shootout. Are you happy with overtime or shootout losses? Like, are you still like, okay, we got a point, or are you mad because it still ended up in a loss?
Doesn't matter to me. I haven't even seen any of it, so all the games I've been to have been regulation losses.
Oh, at Springfield?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because there's plenty of regulation losses to go around between both Springfield and St. Louis. So those are all there too. All right. And then the most recent game, we can end on a little happier note here. Saturday, the 22nd, they were at the Islanders in a 2-1 win. Shen scored 43 seconds into the game, his third of the year, which is surprising. It was only his third goal. And Suter scores his 6th goal of the year. Bennington let up 1 late in the third, though stopped 29 of 30. And this was a game that you were able to catch, right, Sam?
Yep.
Okay. Did you have any thoughts or just general ideas of as you were watching this game?
They came out hot.
Yeah, scoring 43 seconds in is a big boost too, especially on a road trip and especially after losing your last 2 games in overtime.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully, Blues again. Let's see, what time is it right now? Watch is dinging. It's right at 6 o'clock, and the Blues should be having puck drop here and shortly against the Rangers. So we'll kind of be paying attention to that as that goes on. But hopefully they can carry that momentum from 2 overtime losses and then a win. And let's see if we can't maybe make that win instead of a 2-1 win, make it like a 3-1 or a 4-2 or a 2-goal win. That's a little bit more, you're not biting your nails at the end of the game.
Touche.
All right. Let's kind of compare this to Springfield. So like I mentioned, we are, in our last 3 games, we have overtime loss, and now a win. Springfield, overall, you guys are 3-10. And then I think you guys, the AHL splits their overtime wins and their shootout wins.
Yeah.
Or losses. So you're technically 3-10, 2-1, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wrote it down as 3-10-3 because that's how we would do it in the NHL.
It's so weird on how they do it. I don't know why they split it. I questioned it for 10 plus years.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't make a whole, especially if the NHL doesn't do it that way. I don't know why the AHL would. But on a brighter note, just kind of like the Blues, they are 2-3 in their last 5 games. So their last 5 games, they got 2 wins. The most recent one being a shutout, which it's Georgi Romanov. Is that right? Or is it
I call him Romy.
Romy. Okay. So Romanov gets his shutout. Did you make either of the wins? Were you at either of those games? Or they're away games?
I don't do Friday games.
Oh, okay.
The only 2 Friday games I'm doing this year are February 20th with my boyfriend because that's prior to my birthday, and then April 3rd because Sammy comes back.
All right. They play Hershey?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So how are you feeling? What's, I guess, the mood in Springfield with 2 wins in your last 5 games? Are you thinking Springfield's going to get it back together and they're going to start winning some games, or are they still going to be the win team that Springfield is?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, we got some tough teams coming up this weekend. We have Hartford on Wednesday. And then Saturday is our Hockey Fights Cancer Night, and we play Bridgeport.
Okay. Do you happen to know the NHL affiliates for those teams?
Hartford is New York Rangers, I think.
Okay, so that's who we're playing right now.
I can tell you in about 30 seconds. My phone cooperates here.
Right. You gotta love technology, except when it doesn't work, right?
Yep, so I was right. Wolfpack's top league is Rangers. And then Bridgeport's team is... Let me just do it on my tablet because my phone does not want to cooperate right now. This is why I always have a tablet with me.
I wouldn't even know. I don't even know where Bridgeport is.
Connecticut.
Oh, okay. So is it like
they're the only 2 Connecticut teams?
Would it be New Jersey's team?
I don't remember who Bridgeport's affiliate is. That's the problem.
What's their mascot? Bridgeport what?
Storm.
Yeah. See, that doesn't
Bridgeport
help.
Islanders. Yeah.
They're with the Islanders?
Yeah, I'm going to say it is New York Islanders, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. Yep, I am right. It is the New York Islanders.
All right, there we go. All right, so it sounds like Springfield's on the same kind of trip that we are. Are those away games?
Hartford's an away game on Wednesday. Bridgeport's home on Saturday.
Okay. So. All right, and a little bit closer to home for Springfield, Saturday, Massachusetts than St. Louis, Missouri. So. All right. So overall, I know you said you got some tough competition coming up. Are you feeling that the team is getting better, or are you feeling that the team just got lucky in their last 2 wins or with Romanoff's shutout?
For the games that I've followed, like I said, I followed a couple of them, but I think it depends on the teams they're playing. I followed the Hartford School Day game. My classmate got kind of mad at me for that because I was supposed to be doing homework. But he was mad at me, and but I think we're just finally starting to gel a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if we're starting to gel or it's just we're getting crappy teams.
So you're hoping that it is the team
I don't know.
moving forward, but yeah, it could just be where the teams that you beat, teams that have, I know there was a couple teams that don't have very many wins, just like Springfield. Is that who you played, who you got the wins with?
Like I said, we beat Utica, which was the shutout for Romy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the school day game that I went to, we beat Laval, which is Montreal's affiliate, 3-1. So, I mean, I don't know if it's the team that's sucking or we're just gelling.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully
I
it
don't know.
is the most recent one. Blues are kind of the same way. At least maybe this is just how I'm reading it. But if I see overtime loss, win in 3 away games, now tonight's game could change my opinion, but 3 away games, 3 games against relatively decent teams, Toronto, Philadelphia, and I guess the Islanders would probably be the only team that I wouldn't consider decent, although they might have the best record of the 3. 3 games that you say, you know, we didn't come out with wins in all of them, but we came out with a point in all of them. So a point in 3 straight games at least kind of makes me feel, I don't know, a little optimistic, I guess, of maybe the team is figuring it out. One of the big things I think is in regulation, you're giving up 2 goals, 1 goal, which that's typically a recipe for winning hockey, except we lost 2 of them in overtime. But if you're only going to give up 2 goals, and 1 goal in regulation, you should come out ahead or at least with a point in each of those games. So just need the Blues and I guess Springfield to kind of follow suit, start playing some better defense, which I think the Blues are. I don't know, is Springfield giving up a lot of goals or can they just not score? I think you froze again. Okay, there, it got you back a little bit there for a half second.
I haven't really followed a lot of them. Yeah, I haven't followed a lot of the games because I've been so busy with school.
Oh, gotcha.
Like trying to play catch up, and then I have finals coming up, so I've been trying to do homework and playing catch up, and then tomorrow we're going over all the homework that's been passed in. So it's my brain's like haywire.
Yeah, I feel you. College days are fun. All right.
This is my fourth time in college, so I'm should be used to this.
All right. Let's talk about Logan Mailloux then. So did not have a very good start here in St. Louis after we acquired him from Montreal. Was expected to play in the NHL, possibly move into the top 4, and instead we had to send him down to you guys, or I guess over, if we're going geography basis, over to you guys. Ended up playing 5 games, scored 2 goals, had no assists with a -2 rating. He's back up with St. Louis now. He's not in the lineup tonight. In the couple games that he was down there with you, Sam, what was your impression of Logan? And I'll do it this way, 2 ways. 1, what'd you see for him from hockey, like playing? And then 2, I know you got to meet him. So tell me about kind of his personality and what he was like there.
So when I met Logan, it was at the school day game against Laval. So there was a lot of Montreal fans coming to see him, which was really cool. I wasn't really expecting to actually like meet him. I was kind of just like, new kid, whatever. But he was so nice. And actually when I was, like I said, I wasn't expecting to meet him, but that's me with Logan.
Nice.
Yeah. He was like the sweetest guy. I'm surprised he's not a candy person.
He doesn't like candy?
No, I asked him because it's a tradition for me, especially around the holidays, to get the guys either like candy canes and Christmas cards and stuff like that, to kind of interact with them, get to know them. So I asked Logan, hey, what's your favorite kind of candy? He's like, I'm not a candy guy.
Not a candy guy. I mean, part of being, I guess, a professional athlete is they probably have pretty good diets. And so maybe as part of Logan's just really good diet, he has kind of pushed candy out of the way and just said, now I'm going to stay away from it. So especially in the middle of the season.
I don't know, but when I met Milan Lucic, he was like, I love Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, and see, that's a guy at the end of his career, so he's like, yeah, give me all the candy.
So I was like,
also,
okay.
I agree with him.
I was like,
Reese's
all right,
peanut butter
I'll
cups, for
get you,
sure.
I'll get you Reese's next time I see you or whatever.
That's awesome. All right. Any interesting notes or anything that you've seen from Mayu, the Blues, or not the Blues, the Springfield, the hockey player? I know he was kind of struggling with his confidence up here, and seeing him score 2 goals in 5 games is exciting from Springfield. So, any from Logan, the hockey player?
He had some really good chances when I saw him at the school day game.
I don't think he didn't score in that one, right?
No,
And I think he would have liked to, because that was his old team.
that would have been funny. We were all
Right.
waiting for him to. We were all waiting for, and we were like, I was looking at a friend and I was like, can Logan just score against his own team? And we were like, he was like, I wonder if he would do it. And then we were like, wait, and nope.
Wasn't that?
And then I was like,
Lavelle game
imaginary tear.
Yeah. Was that Logan's first game with Springfield? The Lavelle game?
I don't remember.
Okay. Oh.
I was totally out of it that day anyway.
Okay.
I barely made it. I barely made it through warm-ups that day because it was only a week after the whole Sam Bitten trade thing, and I was still recovering from that.
Mm-hmm. Is he still doing well in Hershey?
He's doing actually really phenomenal. I was actually checking up on today because, being me, he's doing really good. I'm really, really proud of him.
Yeah, no, he had a really good first week there. So
yeah, he just played in his 100th game this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So that's
cool.
Yeah, I was really, really proud of him.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, he's doing really, really well.
Next thing I have on my list here is the only other kind of news or note from the Blues is that they did try to send you a player. They're like, you know what, Springfield needs some help, so we're going to send him Alexander Texier. Is what they tried to do. Put him on waivers. Nobody in the NHL was interested in taking him with his $2 million and something cap hit, whatever that number was. So he clears waivers. So then he is supposed to go to Springfield, Massachusetts and start playing with the Thunderbirds. Well, this guy who can't crack the Blues lineup, with the Blues having 6 or 7 wins on the season, and couldn't crack the Columbus Blue Jackets lineup when they sucked, and they still really aren't that great, for some reason thought that he is better than the AHL. So he decided not to go down. Turns out, apparently, there was 9 teams interested in signing Texier, who then, the note came out that he, again, thought he was so much better than these other 9 teams that he said he would only go play for 2 of them. So I don't understand the thought process of not being able to crack a team on a bad Blues team and thinking that you're better. I don't know. That's just confused the crap out of me. He did end up signing a $1 million deal with Montreal. So speaking of Lavelle, you guys just played Lavelle. It'll be interesting to see if Montreal has to send him down at some point, and then he has to be like, listen, dude, you either have to understand that you suck at hockey, or you can go play in France, because that's where he's from. So I don't know. You almost had an extra player, and he would have helped. He does have some skill. I know I just said he sucked at hockey, but he's better than me. So he's got some skill. He would have helped out. He probably would have been on your top line with Alexandrov and, I don't know, who do you have? Alexandrov and Pekka, or Luff, or Stenberg maybe?
I want to say Pekka, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Like, I think that would have been a pretty good line of Pekka, Alexandrov, and Texier. Like, that wouldn't have been a terrible line. But again, he did not do that, so he signed with Montreal for $1 million, and then we'll see how long that lasts, because that's just kind of how his career is going. All right. I wanted to get into a couple kind of news and notes or facts, I guess, about the St. Louis Blues, which are pretty interesting. And before I do that, I should probably tell people about all our cool sponsors. I already told you guys about scooters and really making sure that you guys are going through, especially Highland, if you can, just to support the owner, Corey, and his, building in Collinsville that may be struggling. So check out scooters if you can. Any scooters can help, even if you just go to the scooters in St. Louis, because I will say one thing that the company of scooters does really well is kind of help out their managers, help out their franchisees. So that Corey, I know, is in good hands with scooters. Our other one is Hughes Custom Design. They make their family owned and run small business out of Maryville, Illinois. They specialize in laser cut hand painted signs. They typically have signs that are available upon request, and they can complete requests for any jobs. They've been posting a lot more on Facebook. They've been a lot more active. I guess people are getting signs for Christmas. So check it out. If you want blue sign, they got blue stuff. If Sam wants a Thunderbirds logo, he could do a Thunderbirds logo. He can do a lot of stuff. So if you got anything that you want on a wood sign with LEDs on the back, check out Hughes Custom Design. And then lastly, Imprint Labs. Imprint Labs is your people. If you have something and you want it on something, they're your people. I have, we've gone over it, hats, shirts, hoodies, mouse pads, koozie cups, metal print signs, anything you can think of. If it's a picture and you want it on something, they can typically do it. So check out Imprint Labs. They are on Facebook, social media, or on their website. It is imprint-lab.com. So check those out. All right, Sam, some interesting notes here. We are 20-ish. I think this game against the Rangers, I think, is game 22 of the NHL season. And in 22 games, the Blues have lost in overtime 6 times, which is a lot. I probably should have checked how many times we lost in overtime last year. Most teams lose in overtime maybe 6, 8, I don't know, 6, 9, somewhere around there, that many times. I want you to guess, what do you think is the most a team has ever lost in overtime in one season? In 82 games, how many times do you think a team has lost in overtime in one season?
I'm going to go 11.
11. Not a bad guess. It is higher than that, but I need to fact check myself real here. See, if you were on the comments, you would have got me on this already, Sam. Logan Mailloux is in tonight. He is playing. So I think I mentioned earlier that he was not, but I just saw him skating with the puck, and I was like, that's number 23. So Mailloux is in tonight. All right, so it's higher than 11. Do you have another guess
14?
for me? Keep going.
22.
Okay, too much. Lower.
19.
One more down.
18.
18 overtime losses is the NHL record. I think the Blues right now are on pace to lose in overtime 22 times or something crazy like that. Now, hopefully that doesn't work out and, you get back to the average of, if you're in overtime, you're maybe winning half and losing half instead of losing 6 like we have. But I guess, what are your thoughts? Do you think the Blues could break an NHL record this year and lose in overtime more than 18 times?
Probably.
Oh, I don't like that you said that, but I understand it. It makes sense because we suck in overtime. So, it's true.
I think a lot of teams suck in overtime.
Right. Well, it seems more now that the overtime, the 3v3, is more about just keeping the puck and saying, you know what, if we have it, you can't score, instead of trying to score, and then they don't, and then they lose the puck, and then the other team has a chance. So It's like you almost want to not have the puck off the start and score off a transition when you get it back. That's going to be your best bet. But we'll see. The way the Blues are playing this game tonight will probably go into overtime. So I guess we'll find out there at the end. There's I wasn't sure who's in net. Bennington making a good save on a. Oh no, Hofer's in net. Hofer's playing.
I don't think it's
So I guess I really should have checked the lineup here. All right. Last little stat for you. In the last 15 games for the Blues, and 15 games ago was a game that the Blues played against the Detroit Red Wings, where the Blues scored 4 goals. They were up 4-0, and we lost 5-4. Okay, so we had scored 4 goals in a row. It was 4-0. Game was easily in hand, and then Detroit came back and won. Since that game, I guess including that game as well, the Blues have had a lead in 7 of their 15 games, and then they have lost. So 7 of the 15 games, they were winning at one point, whether they were winning by 1 or winning by 2. Sometimes they were winning by 1, and then the other team tied it, and then they went up by 1 again, and they had multiple leads, and then they ended up losing. That's 7 games in our last 15 that the Blues have lost, whether it be in regulation or in overtime, when we had the lead. They actually just had a stat pulled up here that said the Blues have scored first in 7 of their last 8 games. So I guess your thoughts on this, Sam. The Blues are scoring and giving up leads. What are you most worried about for this team? Are you worried that the defense is just so bad and that we keep giving them up? Or are you going to be scared that the Blues are going to stop scoring and then it's going to get worse?
I'm just worried suck worse than we already do.
And we don't want that.
No.
But you put us down for an NHL record.
We don't want to suck.
Yeah. You put us down for an NHL record on overtime losses. So that will help you. If the Blues suck, maybe we'll hit that over on there. All right. Sam, before I get to my kind of fun little game here, because we're not going to do Who's Line and we're not going to do Teach Me How to Doug, do you have any other stories or anything you want to throw in here?
Yeah, so for those who don't know, November 3rd was pretty tough on me. Sam Benton got traded to Hershey. I struggled for like a week and a half, but the test was on November 12th when I went to the school day game, and really stepping up and helping me out, especially with the struggle because I was with Sammy. So I ended up having a mental breakdown during warm-ups, ended up having to step outside during intermission, collect myself. I waited for a couple of the guys after the game, and one player specifically, and he really, really came out and helped me out. He said, I know you're struggling, but we're all struggling with it too. Sam was more than a friend to us. He was our teammate. He was like our brother. He's like, if you ever need a place to come, if we have practice, come down. We're going to be there for you. We don't want you struggling alone. And I just wanted to say thank you to Dylan Peterson, Samuel Johannesson, and Michael Bushigner for really stepping up that day, especially Dylan, because Dylan knew how close I was with Sam, especially when I went to the Festival of Trees last year with my boyfriend who met Sam that day. Dylan knew how close I was with him. So Dylan, thank you so much for helping me through that. And if you do listen to this, Dylan, you really did help me a lot, and you saw me struggle, and I wanted to say thank you so much, Dylan, for helping me out with that.
Yeah, that is awesome. I know hockey players get kind of the stereotype of being rough and rowdy and crazy, and I know they can be, especially on the ice. But they're also, I would say 99% of them are just really, really good people. And it sounds like Dylan, Butchinger, and who else you say? Johannesson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like they're awesome, really good people, which is the same with, Sam Bitten. I mean, that's why you're so close with him, is just because he's just a really good dude. So
yeah, and Sam saw me more than a fan. He saw me as like a sister to him. And I remember when I first met him, I told him that everyone calls me Sam, and he's like, I've never met someone who shares a nickname with me. That made his day. And I think that's what really opened his eyes to understanding that, yes, I can be a pain in the butt on the ice, but off the ice, I'm this giant little teddy bear.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what Sam saw, is somebody that has, disabilities, and he saw past that, which I absolutely loved with Sammy. And losing him was like losing a part of me.
All right. Well, this next kind of for fun thing kind of goes into a little bit of family, a little bit of your ability to kind of know the players and be really close to them. Because in this make-believe world, you have been invited to Thanksgiving dinner with some of the players. But unfortunately, they only have small tables. So you're going to have to pick which table you're going to sit at, depending on who's sitting at that table. It's not going to be easy. I tried to make it difficult. So we'll see. You got 3 options.
Okay.
Table number 1 is the veterans. You got Callie Rosen, back with Springfield after the Sam Bitten trade. You have Matthew Pekka, and you have Matt Loof. That's the veteran table. Okay. Your second option, table 2, is the rookies. Dalibor Dvorsky, Otto Stenberg, and Logan Mailloux. That's table 2. Table 3, and honestly, I think this is the one you're going to pick. Table 3, the goalies. Joel Hofer, Big Z, and Romanov. What table are you sitting at for Thanksgiving?
Pekka.
Really? I thought you would go with Hofer and the goalies.
No, actually, I chose Pekka because, and he's probably going to destroy me for saying this, but we have, I don't know. I was going to go with Hofer, but then I was like, Pekka's captain, and, you got to be nice to the captain.
Yeah, naturally.
So, sorry, Hof.
Dang, I even thought with you meeting Mailloux that Mailloux might have been in there, but I thought Callie Rosen, Pekka. I knew Pekka would be a big one for you, but I thought with Callie Rosen in there and Matt Luff, you'd kind of be like, I don't know. Like you just met Mailloux, and then with Dvorsky. So yeah, I probably would have said goalies would have been your number 1 pick. Rooks would have been your number 2, and then the veterans would have been your number 3, but I was way off. I wasn't even close.
I mean, I met Rosen, so I was actually really happy to have him back, but not happy who we gave up for him. So
All right. There we go. Hey, we got an answer to this one too. Mike from Toronto says he went table 1 as well because he's got a Pekka hockey stick. So, or he used to use, I guess, I don't know if it's and Mike, you can answer this, if it's like a game used one, or did Mike Pekka just have his own version of a hockey stick? What do I guess? Especially because he says he used to use it. So, which I do. My brother actually got a game used Oscar Sundquist stick, and I use it to play ice hockey with. So that's
I shouldn't complain too much. I have 3 hockey sticks. So.
right. I was like, you probably have stuff. All right. So yeah, that's kind of all the news and notes really that there hasn't been a whole lot. I mean, like I said, 2 overtime losses, a 2-1 win. There you go. Yeah, Mike said that Pekka used to have his own stick.
Aw.
So yeah, and I guess Mike Pekka, is that Matthew's dad? Does Matthew's dad play
Mm.
hockey? Maybe. I'm sure Mike can tell us that too. Mike's a longtime Blues fan, longtime hockey fan, lives in Toronto or just outside of Toronto, so he knows his stuff when it comes to hockey. All right. But yeah, Sam, not a whole lot going on, I guess. I mean, the Logan Mailloux call up, Texier sent down, some overtime losses, a win. Game going on right now. It is 0-0. Springfield hopefully turning the corner like we talked about. Is there anything else that you have or anything?
Jill just wanted to pop in and say hi.
Okay. Hi, Joel.
Yeah, I named him after a couple of my favorite players. So
Okay. Mike did pop in and just say, yes, Matthew's dad is Mike, and that's the stick that other Mike has.
cool.
All right.
Yeah, the stick that I really enjoy was actually one of our former players, Ryan Horvath, gave it to me 10 days before my birthday, and it's actually game used during warm-ups. So that's my favorite stick that I have.
All right. That's pretty cool.
He signed it too, with a dead silver Sharpie.
So it's hard to read.
Yeah, and the guys really do like signing in silver on my jerseys. So
I bet that looks the best on the red.
no, I can't even read it.
Really?
Yeah, the black
it's
shows
hard-
up better.
Yeah, it's hard to jersey just in general.
Yeah, this is actually my Christmas present my dad got me. So it actually has the Blues logo on the shoulder on the top, which is actually a nice jersey.
Yeah.
But I only wear this when it comes to games and events and stuff. My other one, obviously, is my Hofer one.
Mm-hmm. Which you did find.
Thank God. I was like, where is that?
You
stinking
told me you
jersey?
couldn't find it. You told that story last time you came on of Hofer sending you that jersey, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you told me a couple times you couldn't find it. And I was like,
Yeah, and
it's
I
gotta be
literally
somewhere. I know you wouldn't lose it.
I was like really, really nervous. I wasn't going to be able to find it because I had all my jerseys set for this weekend because I wanted to wear, obviously, my Hofer jersey for Romy. And then I wanted to wear the Teddy Bear Toss jersey because it's, the holiday season. And I'm like, all right, where the heck is my Hofer jersey? And I'm literally pulling every freaking jersey I have because I have 3 Bay Path jerseys that the guy signed. I have my Monty jersey. I have the red one, and I have like so many. And I was like, where is it? Finally ended up finding it. It was
came out.
It was in another bin.
Yep.
I was like, thank God I found that thing. $80 later.
Right.
Still the best thing I've ever gotten from him.
All right. Well, Sam, that's all I have.
Cool.
I appreciate you coming on. I got a hockey game to watch. There's 5 minutes left in the first period, so it's almost first intermission, which gives me enough time to make some dinner. Again, Sam, thank you for coming on. Guys, everybody, check out Scooters. Check out Hughes Custom Design. Check out Imprint Labs. And hopefully by now you heard my speech at the beginning. But if not, shoot me a message, direct message, text message. Get a hold of us however you can. Give us kind of some information on, 1, just some testimonials about the podcast. And 2, maybe some things that you have ideas for that we could try and spark it up, have some fun, get some more people involved, whatever it may be.
And I know you said you didn't want to see it, but...
Oh, my banner. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be hanging up right back here. Somewhere in this space is where that'll be hanging up. As soon as I get it, I'm going to hang it up. That's
it's a nice
so
banner.
Awesome. Yeah, it is. And I love the gold because it's the 50th year, right?
10th.
Oh, I wasn't even close. But either way, the gold looks really cool. I like the gold.
Yeah, they so our new jerseys that we have, the white ones, are white and gold. So they're replicating the St. Louis Blues jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have a blue jersey with blue and gold, but we got rid of that.
Oh, that would have been cool. I do like the gold on the red. Actually, I think the gold on the white looks the best. I think that looks really
I
cool.
love
like that.
the gold on the white.
Yeah. So, all right.
Not $150 worth of love, but
No, yeah. I'm not gonna buy one either. I'm spending $1,000 tomorrow, I think, to fix my car. So,
Jesus.
so, yeah.
I mean, maybe once I get my refund check from school, I'll get a jersey, but
All right.
I'm gonna ask Drew and like, can you not charge me $150?
Right.
Because that's just outrageous.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have to be so expensive, but people buy them. So this custom jersey cost me $60. So it's like,
I mean, come on, Hershey's
Yeah.
were like 370, so
oh God. Yep. Don't need that.
and it's another 70 to get it customized. So you're spending like $400 something.
Yeah. On something that, I mean, I don't know about, I don't wear hockey jerseys unless I'm going to hockey. Like I don't wear it anywhere else. So yeah. I like to buy, I don't know, maybe check out Facebook Marketplace if you want a used one. You can get used Blues jerseys a lot.
I got a lot of my stuff from eBay. I have a
Yeah, that's probably a
binder
good one
of
too.
trading cards that I have.
There you go. All right. Well, time for dinner. Sam, do you want to give me a big Let's Go Blues or do you want me to give me a Go Birds Go or a Let's Go Thunderbirds?
Let's go Blues!
Yeah, let's go Blues. All right. See you, everybody.